we don't have to ID per the Fifth Amendment. We don't have to ID unless we're
in a government building. Yeah.
Well, no. Well, unless you have RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, we do not have to ID. No, sir. You have to have reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime.
If you want me to do anything for you, I need to ID you.
Well, we can't do that. No, you need to get the chief. You need to get the chief out here because you're making a mistake, sir.
Well, I just need you out here to make people nervous.
Under threat of arrest?
No, you're not under threat of arrest.
Okay, well then their feelings do not trump constitutional rights, sir.
I'm just asking you to leave the building.
Asking, and I'm going to respectfully decline.
This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm dealing with. Well, this is the waiting area. If you'll stand right here for the waiting area for me.
Well, we're free to go? Are we being detained?
No, you're not being detained.
Okay, so we're free to go. We're free to go wherever we please, as long as it's not restricted.
On December 1st, J-Dub Audit, Sic Semper Tyrannis, conducted a First Amendment audit of the Blackville Police Department and Town Hall in Blackville, South Carolina. J-Dub Audit should have been nervous because it was his first First Amendment audit. But the nerves didn't get him, and he destroyed these tyrants. His original link and channel will be in the description of this one. Make sure you go over there, tell him Accountability for All sent you. Let's jump into the video, and that's the reason I stopped you today.
Down already. No, it didn't. It's right there. This is where it's at, right?
Yeah. This is towards the court. Yes, if the court is it's in the back of the... Oh. This is where it came Whoa.
What is this? Water bills? Oh, that's restricted right there. Hello, how are you? I'm okay. Yeah, I'm here to gather some paperwork and to file some court paperwork too.
I'm sorry?
I'm here to file some court documents and to gather some FOIA requests and some complaint forms.
Okay, if you want to have a seat, I'll be right with you.
Yes, ma'am.
So far, so good. But how long do you think this good behavior is going to last? Well, that's a self-fulfilling prophecy, because it's not going to last long.
Okay, what is it exactly that you're here for?
Well, we need to file some court documents, like
What kind of documents?
Rule 5 and like a...
They're wanting to file Rule 5.
We need some complaint forms on some of the
Complaint forms.
Blackville Police Department.
Okay, for the Blackville Police Department?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we're in magistrate court.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Yeah, we understand that, but this first time here, so...
Yeah, so we wouldn't have complaint forms for the Blackville Police
Yes, ma'am.
Department. They would have their own forms.
Yes, ma'am.
If that's what you're needing.
Yes, ma'am. Where are they located? Is it...
So they are the next window down on the left.
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
the clerk for for the police.
Yes, ma'am.
department.
What's your name, ma'am?
My name
Yes,
is
ma'am.
Hillary.
You're awesome. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
What about the filing of the court paperwork? We do that here? Clerk of
I'm
the court?
new, so
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes,
that's
ma'am.
the reason I had to call somebody for some
You're awesome.
information. What filing was that?
Rule 5 and
Rule
motion
5.
to dismiss.
And motion to dismiss.
More often than not, we see people go into these public places and the clerks just flip out from the gate, right? Not the case here. Everyone seems to be doing their job. They're getting the information that these folks require. They're even on the phone making sure that they get all the information correct. It's interesting that things would go from so professional to where they're about to go soon.
Yes, ma'am.
The court does not take on Rule 5 filings. Those are done on the officer or agency.
Okay, the court doesn't do those.
Okay, so I take it to the police department?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yep.
ma'am. You're awesome. Thank you, guys.
All right, you're welcome. Asia, you over here?
Oh, there you are.
There you go. Oh, let's see if she's right here at this window.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, let me check.
You're awesome.
All right.
Can I get
What's
your name, too?
name? My name is
Oh,
Fonda Patrick.
good citizen.
Okay.
Yes,
My
ma'am.
name is Fonda Patrick, and I'm the town administrator.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Well, you're very beautiful and awesome.
well,
I love your
thank
vibe
you.
already.
Thank you.
Hey, I need some complaint forms on the Blackville Police Department. And I also need to submit a Rule 5 and a motion to dismiss.
He needed
I got,
complaint forms
and I have a Rule 5.
for the town of Blackville Police Department.
Yep.
If you could tell me what it is, I may be able to help you out a little bit more.
No, I,
If you could tell me what it is, I may be able to help you out a little bit more.
no, I,
If you could tell me what it is, I may be able to help you out a little bit more.
no, I,
And there it is, folks. The fake train, not the freight train, is about to derail. This Karen doesn't want to help him, and if you go in there, she won't want to help you. She's digging now. Keep in mind, folks, that the police share the same building. In fact, they're the window just next door. That's right. The Blackville PD got themselves a window. She's been on the phone with the police, and now they're trying to figure out who he is. So she's asking questions, and the answer to those questions are answers that they think might help them identify the people in there that have masks and are walking around with cameras. As you can see, it doesn't take much for a fake Karen to be exactly that. And I don't think that's something that J-Dub picked up on. There's a few things in here that J-Dub doesn't pick up on just because he's new, right? This is his first time. And for a first time, for really just for any time, he absolutely slayed it. But when you folks decide to go out and do this, you got to pick up on this stuff, right? We know the PD's in the same building. This woman has not wanted to help the entire time, and now she wants detailed information about what he's trying to get so she can try and figure out who he is. Government's never there to help you, so make sure you keep your eyes and your ears open. Good on J-Dub for not giving any additional info.
I just need the complaint forms and I'll fill them out and submit them.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Rule 5 and motion.
And I have a Rule 5 and a motion to dismiss too. She told me I have to file over here because they don't accept it over there.
Okay. I'll help you with that, Miss Ma'am.
Professional advice for some new activists. Number 1, try not to bring a tablet if you can avoid it. The camera is just not powerful enough. I know you might be itching to get out there, but you want to make sure the device you're recording with has enough quality to capture any time that your rights might be violated. Secondly, if it's daytime, turn the light off. It's actually going to do you more of an injustice than a justice. While you're filming, if you don't have a gimbal, hold it horizontally. Much better picture. And if you need a gimbal, some of the ones we use and we suggest are tagged as products in this video. Mostly, just like J-Dub did, don't go alone. Capture your rights violations on as many angles as possible. Remember in the beginning of the video when everyone was acting all nice and professional and they're asking all sorts of questions? And we thought they were being polite and thorough? They weren't. I knew they weren't, and you probably did too. Here's what they were doing. They were stalling, right? Blackville is a one-cop shop. It's a one-horse town. They have one cop on during the shift. So they needed to keep these guys occupied as long as they could to get the police there. Because if someone comes in off the street with a camera, the cops need to arrive stat. That's why you should never be fooled by the government. Even if they're nice, they might just be honeypotting you. Dangling a little bit of honey to make you feel real comfortable so they can sweep in and violate your rights. Just like what is about to happen in this video. They weren't helping J-Dub. They were trying to keep him there so that one-horse pony could show up and flex his baby of a badge.
Contact the chief of police, because there is a specific form for that, and we want to make sure you get
Yes,
whatever
ma'am.
your concerns
Yes,
are.
ma'am. I appreciate that.
What are your concerns?
Well, there's another unconstitutional sign out front there about only one person being allowed inside the building. You know, the right to assemble peacefully, First Amendment. People pay
Well,
attention.
some people still get uncomfortable when they're taking care of their personal business.
Yes, ma'am.
To have someone like
Well,
right
feelings
next
don't
to
trump
you.
the Constitution. You know, our right to freedom of the press, our right to film, our right to be in public places, assemble. You know, freedom of speech, freedom to redress government. That's under threat right now. So we're just bringing it to attention that We know, and we want it to end, you know.
We still want to make sure that we follow the concerns of our citizens.
Oh, we understand that.
Yeah,
Like
so
HIPAA laws and things of that nature, we don't try to record anybody's personal information. Now, when you're out in public, even this building right here is public, so there's no expectation of privacy in public. HIPAA would fall on you guys.
HIPAA's medical records. We're more talking about people's personal records. But still, J-Dub's making an excellent point. I really can't stand it when town officials use the excuse, you can't film in here because there's private information. It's not on the public to keep personal information private. It's your job to create privacy as a government official. You're the duty holder of those records. Instead of yelling at us for filming what we can see in public, you should be yelling at your employees for not protecting the public's information and keeping it private when it should be. But that's exactly what the government does. They make a stupid mistake, they blame us for it, and they go on their merry way.
And you guys would have to cover it up, shut off computer screens, but that's not our intention,
Yeah.
is to record any of that, so.
Yeah.
Hey, how's it going, man?
All right, how you doing?
Name and badge number, sir.
Name and badge number. Name and badge number. Name and badge number.
Yes.
Seriously? We are not off to a good start. When the police officer responds to the call, the person at the call says, "Officer, can I have your name and badge number?" And then his very minuscule, very tiny brain explodes and he has to say to himself, "Name? Badge number?" He didn't even realize he had a name and badge number. 0 crimes are being solved in Blackville, South Carolina. That is a fact. Name and badge number? Seriously, very shallow talent pool.
Yes, sir.
Corporal Thorpe.
Hey.
Badge number 6.
Nice.
The corporal's badge number is badge number 6. And I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty certain there's a reason for that. These cops are so dumb they don't even know their own names. So the chief certainly wasn't going to give out badge numbers that exceeded past their ability to count on their hands. There's probably not a badge number 11 or a 12. That math is much too complex. We're talking about right here, baby. 6 fingies. That's it.
Nice to meet you, Corporal Thorpe. Is there the chief she said she was contacting?
4.
She was going to get us some complaint forms.
Okay.
Yeah, we have some complaints
Complaints of what?
on police.
Police?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Soon as
We also have some court documents that need to be filed too. They told us that they don't take them, that we need to file them to the officer.
Okay.
So that's what we're trying to do.
All right. Come on out here for a second.
Excuse me, ma'am. You doing all right today?
Yeah, good. Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
Where's that southern charm I've heard so much about? I've traveled most of these great United States of America, and I've seen a lot of southern charm. A lot of people polite, got manners. You ask this cop how he's doing, he says, "Yeah, good." I think this brain-dead moron forgot that there's reciprocation. And here's a lesson for all the stupid cops working out there in Blackville. For example, I will say, "How are you doing today, officer?" And he would say,
I'm a dirty redneck and I kiss my cousin. How are you?
"Well, I'm very good. Thank you so much, officer." And that's a lesson in how to be polite. You get paid by the public. Treat them with respect.
You want to make a complaint of what? Blackville Police Department?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Hey, Cody.
We were getting with the chief to get a form.
Okay.
But now I want to make sure now we are equal in this because
We
you're
are.
recording our faces, but we can't see yours.
Well, we don't have to ID per the Fifth Amendment. We don't have to ID unless
You're in
we're...
a government building, yeah.
Well, no. Well, unless you have RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime, we do not have to ID. No, sir. You have to have reasonable articulable suspicion of a
If
crime.
you want me to do anything for you, I need to ID you.
Well, we can't do that.
Okay,
No,
no, I can't do what you want me to do.
well,
If you can't, just go to Norfolk Police.
This cop must be tripping. He thinks he's going to get ID. He tells them he wants ID. They tell him, "No, you have no reasonable articulable suspicion." And the cop says, "Well, you don't get to decide that." Sorry, officer, they do get to decide that, per the 4th Amendment to the United States Constitution. On top of that, South Carolina is not a stop and ID state, meaning that individuals in South Carolina are not required to provide identification upon request by law enforcement officers. Furthermore, even in stop and ID states, police have to have reasonable articulable suspicion that you have been, are currently in the commission of, or are about to be in the commission of a felony, misdemeanor, or city ordinance violation. They need to articulate these facts in order to reach the higher bar and burden of probable cause to effect that arrest. Some states are not stop and ID states, meaning that cops just can't come up to you willy-nilly like this moron and say, well, I'm going to need some ID. Still, when you live in a stop and ID state, the RAS needs to be met. It's a serious problem that dumb, moronic savages like this oath-breaking thug actually get employed.
What, are under threat of arrest?
Now that's under arrest.
Well,
Actually, this is private property.
it's funded by the public. You need to get the chief. You need to get the chief out here because you're making a mistake, sir.
I just need you out here to make the people nervous. I just need you out here to make the people nervous. I just need you out here to make people nervous.
This cop is very needy. I just need. It seems like it's always about a police officer's needs, a police officer's wants. I need you to give up your rights because I. The beginning of that sentence doesn't even make sense. Why bother finishing it? I need every cop that approaches me to give me $100, no strings attached. I haven't got a dono from the pigs yet. I need this cop to retire. That being said, I don't know how many goats are in Blackville, so I don't know if they need another goat milker. Maybe there's something else that can be done with the goats, Corporal. Look into it.
Under threat of arrest?
No, you're not under threat of arrest.
Okay, well then their feelings do not trump constitutional rights,
I'm
sir.
just asking you to leave the building.
Asking, and I'm going to respectfully decline.
This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm dealing with. This is what I'm dealing with.
Look at the look of contempt on this cop's face. He has free Americans engaging in their constitutionally protected right to film inside of a government building. And when they won't leave, agree to give up their rights or be forcibly removed, the cop hangs his head and says, "This is what I'm dealing with." Sorry, Corporal. Betty Sue, watching Jerry Springer reruns too loud is not the only thing going on in Blackville. Expand your mind. Never mind. Another impossible feat. You'd have to have a mind.
I understand.
Well, this is the waiting area. If you'll stand right here in the waiting area for me.
Well, we're free to go? Are we being detained?
No, you're not being detained.
Okay, so we're free to go. We're free to go wherever we please, as long as it's not restricted. Yes, sir.
So if you just sit right here, but this is the waiting area?
Well, that's what we're saying. If we're not detained, we can go wherever we like and take the documentation.
Tell me
This is the
what
waiting
you're
area.
wanting to do because
Well, it's all lobby. It's all public lobby. We're not going into restricted areas. That's not our intention. We're not filming.
I'm just asking you to stand over here. You're in the hallway, and you're making people nervous. That's what I'm
What
asking.
feelings don't trump constitutional rights, sir? Now, you
Yes, they
know
do.
what a Title 42
Sir, I'm not going to
deprivation of rights
all
lawsuit
day
is.
long.
Well-
I'm asking you to stand over here till the chief. You want to see
I'll-
the chief? The chief's going to, he's on his way.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I hear you.
sir,
Yes, ma'am.
if you can do this, how many of you need to make a statement?
Well, 3 now.
3?
Yes, we just got another complaint right there.
Well, we don't want you to.
No, well, violation of constitutional rights is very important. You know, our right to do what we do, because that is a public servant back there, and you guys are all public servants, is to serve the public. What he just tried to do is deny my constitutional rights under color of law. That's deprivation of rights. Title 42, Chapter 8, 1983.
I'll take care of it. I got another one right here. Let's do this. Let's have each one of you.
But we're going to fill it out and come back and deliver them on another day.
Okay, that's
Yes,
fine.
ma'am. But the filing the paperwork. Now, are we being denied the right to file our court paperwork right now?
No, sir.
Okay.
What
So,
makes you think you're being denied anything?
well, because we just tried to file with these people, and all of a sudden we were told a chief was coming, and then a corporal just came and tried to push us out the building.
Well, no, our chief He is at a training in another location.
Okay.
So I think his main concern was that we had someone here that would be able to answer your
Okay.
questions. He probably doesn't even know that I'm over on this
Okay,
side.
well, he needs to get a hold of Mr. Corporal over there, because what he just did was a big no-no, and it's on film.
Well, he's corrected that. You guys weren't
I
made
don't-
to leave.
Well, we're gonna.
So-
It hasn't been corrected yet. 'Cause we're gonna file the formal complaint.
Okay. So you are filing a complaint about.
Well, we need 3 more documents because we just have a new complaint on this officer here for our deprivation of rights.
3 more documents.
Yes, ma'am. 3 more complaint forms.
3
3 more complaint forms. Yes, ma'am.
3 more outside of these.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're not able to do all of your complaints on this one?
What are y'all
Hmm?
messing?
You're not able to do all of your complaints on this one?
No, because we need 3 separate causes.
Yeah, I mean,
Because these are
this
3
is-
separate violations here.
Yeah, this is 3 sheets.
I know, but we need 3 more because there were 3 prior, and now there's 3 brand new. If anybody's recording, we will make public document of it. Don't destroy it
Okay.
because it is
Jeff,
public information.
just
We will
make your
FOIA request it.
statements- Make your statements on these papers. These are
Well,
statements.
we're First Amendment auditors, so if anybody works for government that films us on public phone or personal phone while we're in public, that's personal documentation, or we will FOIA request it. If you try to destroy it, that is a crime.
Sir,
Yes, ma'am.
what we're doing right now is trying to help you.
Yes, ma'am.
We probably don't need a lesson on like the law because we are the law.
Well, already
So-
some violations. Already, it's not okay. We the people are the law because the Constitution governs us.
Yes, but as you're saying the Constitution governs it, we were assigned to be a voice for the people.
And uphold
So
our
we're not-
constitutional
we're
rights.
not
Uphold
just-
everybody's constitutional rights, whether we have a camera, whether we're white,
And
black,
no one
have a
has said
cross.
anything about you guys carrying a
And
camera.
this is true. So we're not arguing that. But the fact that he just tried to rush us out the door,
That's small, sir, because he
That's-
realized
that's not
you gotta
small.
think in terms of us.
I think of you guys
we
all
are
the time.
in a government building.
Mhm.
You are coming in with masks.
Mhm.
You're coming in
3
with
years of
cameras.
mask.
Before
3
you
years of
said-
mask. Wasn't the
no,
problem.
we saw you with the
just set a
mask when you
sign.
came in.
Yes, ma'am.
We have to think about our safety
Okay.
and the safety of everyone that's in this building.
Public
and that's
safety.
the main concern.
Public
We're gonna think
safety
about the
trumps-
safety. We're not thinking about the
Public safety,
Constitution
but we
at
have
that
cameras,
time.
so we're not coming in with anything but
We
cameras.
don't know that.
Well, you don't have to know it, but
Yes,
we have
we do.
cameras.
Because again, we are responsible for the safety of the people that are in this building.
All right, y'all got your complaint form?
We got
So
it.
we have
All right,
to
Chief said
file.
fill them out, and he'll get back with you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, man.
All right, have a good day.
Thank you.
What about filing the Rule 5 and the motion to dismiss?
Well, so far they haven't let me do it.
Denied us. Okay.
Yeah, so we'll pick that up on another day.
Awesome. Here we are, folks.
Yep.
J-Dub Audits is absolutely brilliant. So on the door of the town hall, and he brought this up in the video, when you walk in, it says only 1 customer at a time. And I see that all over the country when I go out and I do these audits. Because of health reasons, they want to try and limit the amount of people in the offices. He brings up a great point. Well, it's my First Amendment right to freedom of assembly. So if I choose to exercise my right and assemble, and only 1 person is allowed in, but then you want to exercise your right to assemble, then now there's 2 people. The government can't refuse you your First Amendment right to redress your grievances or to peaceably assemble, despite their stupid little sign limiting how many people come in the building. Also, this cop has to have at least 30 years worth of experience making out with his cousin. What? That's not the line? Hold on. This cop must have 30 years worth of experience. Oh, it's not making out with his cousin, sorry. This cop must have 30 years worth of experience being a law enforcement officer. And he just got owned and destroyed by a new activist on his first day. Officer, it seems like it's time for you to stop cozying up to them goats. What? What do you mean? Let me check. Stop. Oh, it's not cozying up to the goats. Sorry about that. Stop violating people's rights. Folks, If you want to subscribe to J-Dub, please do. His original video link and channel link will be in the description of this one. Again, this is the Blackville Town Hall and Police Department in Blackville, South Carolina. It's folks like this that are going out there killing it, that are bringing awareness and accountability to a police force that thinks they're beyond it. Don't forget, that's the reason I stopped you today. Great job, J-Dubs and crew.